Welcome to Landmannalaugar. I'm probably butchering the name, so apologies any Icelandic. As usual, every time I travel I always butcher the names. Need to start going to easier places to pronounce. So we just arrived after a 4-hour bus trip from Reykjavik. It's pretty bumpy road, but the views were breathtaking. So it was quite a long journey. It's about 12:30 just now. Going to get started on the trek. Should be about 4 or 5 hours today. Here we have some fresh drinking water. You can refill your bottles for the trek, which is pretty good. Over there I've got some cool like converted buses for like shops, so maybe go over and check that out. It's the official start point of the route, and I think we go this way by the looks of things. So yeah, it's going to be quite a lot of uphill today, but it's the shortest day in terms of kilometres, so 4 or 5 hours apparently. As you see, I've got the bloody biggest rucksack in the world on. It weighed like 15-16 kilograms, so camping each night, so obviously I need to carry all the stuff. I would have maybe stayed in the huts maybe one night, but they're fully booked anyway. So if you're coming, make sure you book in advance. But the good thing is camping gives you more options. You can like stay longer, it's cheaper. Our trail. So the trail goes this way, right up there. I think you can see people there. But there's some sick views up this mountain by the looks of things. So I'm going to take a detour just to punish myself even more. Get some pictures for the gram and all that. Then come back down the same way and out this way. Stunning. So the summit's just there. So I'm going to leave my stuff here as we need to come back the same way. Back down and way up there I think. So still get quite a bit of uphill to do, but not too bad so far. I'm going to take a wee break soon before we start the next uphill and then recharge the batteries. This reminds me of the old man's store in Scotland. Some flashbacks. Wow, there's people way up that mountain. I don't think I'm going that way. It looks very, very steep there, and then right round there's a path. But yeah, we're going that way. I'd be kicking the balls if we go that way, and then up that banana. There's the camp where we started down there. Okay, so up there it's very steep there looking, as people are going really slow, and then up to the top. I'm hoping that's the highest we're going and then it's downhill after that, but yeah, fingers crossed. It's not been too bad, the steepness. I mean, I've done a lot harder hikes, but it does work the legs definitely. Okay, so Crossing my first snow patch. It looks pretty easy enough. There was a post on Facebook a few days ago, and I think it was this one, and it was like a lot bigger, really slidey, and someone said you need spikes, but don't think it would be necessary unless there's more over the hill. I'm going to find out. Yes, let's check it out. It should be alright. I think there's been a lot of people walking on it, so there's some steps made rather than just sliding everywhere. It's very eerily quiet here, and I just came across this. In living memory of Idle Keenan, who passed away in a blizzard so close to the safe hut nearby, yet so far, at only 25 years old, on the 27th of June 2004. So it just shows you, like, this is like a well marked route, loads of people, but it was a blizzard in the middle of summer, and this guy unfortunately passed away. So it's like, you need to still be careful, especially with the weather. The route itself, as I said, is well marked, but make sure you're preparing, keeping an eye on the weather, and letting people know your route, where you are each time. It's scary. Poor guy. Yes, what do we have here? The camp. So yeah, there's quite a few tents there. I need to go and check in, find a spot. Oh, I'm so happy. The weather's kind of turned for the worse just now, so it's good timing that I made it now. Yeah, it's pretty sick views here. There's a glacier up there too. Wow, a few glaciers. Absolutely stunning. Be nice in the morning to wake up to this. But let's get to camp. Home sweet home. Need to get the tent set up, get nice and cosy. I'm absolutely shattered. But yeah, not bad views to wake up to in the morning though. So off we go, through this valley here. Bit of uphill, but nothing major today I don't think. Some little steep sections, but compared to yesterday, not too bad. Quite a little sketchy section. Need to cross the snow bridge here. It's nice and thick, so nothing too bad, but still, like that section was really thin. This is Iceland hiking 10.1. Okay, I think here it's pretty sketchy. It's a queue of people looking for the best way down. So we need to come along here and then up. A few steep parts, but kind of short and steep. Nothing major, but sweating like crazy. The sun's out. I've got the shorts and t-shirt on too. Just taking a short break. Hike so far today's not been bad at all. We're going to be going up this way, so it looks like it gets pretty steep around there. There's people away up there actually, and then I think we go along this way. So far okay. As I mentioned, a couple of steep sections, like small valleys, that were quite sketchy, quite slippy. A couple of people fell in front of me, but apart from that, nothing too bad. Feel a lot more energy today. Had a good sleep, slept for like 12 hours. Went in my sleeping bag at like 7 PM and I didn't get out at like 7 AM, so I obviously needed it. the terrain here's starting to change. Before it was kind of a bit of green, now it's like gradually getting more and more like rocky, like volcanic ash. But look at the contrast in the colours, the green, black, snow, it's just fucking beautiful. So cool looking. So just keep heading this way basically. We've got another little steep section coming up. The part we did there, it looked a lot worse than it was, but it was very doable, so all good. I feel a lot better today, a lot more energy. I've ate more today. Yesterday I had maybe like a croissant in the morning, then like a couple of energy gels during the hike. That was it, the full 5 hours or whatever. So yeah, definitely make sure I've ate today and had a good sleep, so feeling good. Oh wow. Not a bad spot for a little break. This is definitely my favourite spot I think so far. Look at the glaciers, the geysers here, in the distance beautiful lakes and mountains. Actually looks like Scotland. It's kind of hard to see the green mountains, the lakes, or we'd call them lochs, but. And then behind the clouds there's actually huge mountains with a lot of snow, but it's kind of hard to see. I'm sure the GoPro isn't picking it up. And there's a huge glacier up there. But like, this is just beautiful, man. Yeah, hands down favourite spot so far. So we down here, up there, up, and then right down there. I think we're camping somewhere down there tonight. Shouldn't be too far actually, and not much more uphill to go, so which is pretty good. You can see the camp within distance. Said back there like 3.2 kilometers or something, so not far at all. Terrain looks pretty easy. Just did the first river crossing, as you saw. It was actually not bad, it was a lot of fun. The water was absolutely freezing. It was really cold, but it was, yeah, it was cool. So just went through there and now walking along this, and we should be at the camp soon. Going to be at the camp nice and early. It's only like 12:30 just now, so I don't know what I'm going to do all day, to be honest. Maybe read a bit, try and edit some, eat of course, but yeah, I'll see how I feel, and maybe just go to sleep early. But look at that, man, the glacier there. Fan-bloody-tastic. It's also very cool seeing the Arctic fox. I saw YouTube videos of like 1 or 2 people had been hiking and they came across one, like a white one, but I think that one was like a puppy or whatever you call a young fox, and it was just like casually walking up by the trail. So it must be used to humans in the trail because it never like gets scared or ran away, which was interesting. So yeah, and to see wildlife here like in Iceland when it's just, you don't even see any birds unless you're in the city much. 0.9 kilometres. Is that not absolutely beautiful? We've came 11.1. The past bit's been kind of flat just along this valley, really nice. I came from all the way up there, up, and there it is, home sweet home for tonight anyway. Whew, let's do it. All checked in, got Pringles, some Pepsi, all sorted. I have to pick a spot down here for the camp, for my tent I should say. They said don't go past the red hut though because they're trying to regrow the vegetation, so just somewhere about here. Hopefully the wind's not too bad, there isn't any like rock formations like walls to protect the tent like last camp, but it should be okay. I'll survive. And also get hot showers here, which is pretty cool. There's like 1,000 Icelandic krona. It's a dreek wee day here. Just left camp 2. It's been raining non-stop since I arrived at camp yesterday at 1:30. Set my tent up, non-stop rain all night. So, which I don't mind, being Scottish, I'm used to walking in this type of weather. The only downside is I've got a couple of river crossings today, and apparently they're quite like heavier flows than the previous one I done yesterday, so just in case it's a bit dangerous. Sure we'll be fine, but if there's been a lot of rain, it's no doubt it's going to be much steeper. But yeah, just non-stop clouds. I was going to wait it out a bit, but by the looks of it, it's going to rain all day. Time is like 8:30 just now, which is the time I left yesterday. Wasn't coincidence, just get up early. Time I got all my stuff ready and set foot. But that camp is pretty nice. You can get a hot shower, you can even grab a beer, like buy cans of Pilsner, sell the usual Pepsi and stuff too. So it was alright, just a bit boring, just stuck in the tent all day. From like, as I said, 2 PM right through till this morning. Wasn't doing much. But yeah, let's crack on. Came to my first river crossing. Doesn't look too deep though, saw those guys going over, it's like knee deep. Just changed into the sandals. The rain's still pouring down, but yeah, it's going to be freezing. Let's do it. Oh. So far it's been okay. A little bit of uphill, but nothing major. Kind of steep sections, they go down little streams. But it's nice and flat now. I'm sure we've got some uphill coming, but enjoying the flatness while I can. But yeah, this is absolutely stunning. I heard some sheep in the background, but I can't see them. Somewhere over there. So yeah, it's just a wee drizzle now, so the rain's not too bad. It's keeping me cool, so I can't complain. So let's crack on. So came all the way down there, and then I saw this camp. I didn't even know a camp was here, to be honest. So it probably would have been better staying here last night if possible. But it's quite cool with all these rocks. Kind of sick views too. So I've did 3.8 kilometres already from camp to here, which is pretty good. I didn't think it was that much, but because the terrain wasn't that bad, just plodding on, I didn't take a break, just kept walking pretty fast. So I think it's quite flat from here on, maybe some steep parts, but from what I could see in the distance, the path looked pretty flat, which is always a good sign. But yeah, just stunning here. Just the rain non-stop. I'm like that soaked, I don't even care anymore. I can't get any more wet, so it does make a difference really. So yeah, let's fire on. So it looks like we've got another river crossing here. I'm not sure the best spot. The people cross there, I think. There's a lot of people down there, so I'm not sure which one would be best. I'll take a look and see which looks the least dodgy. Absolutely freezing. Oh, seems to be the best way to cross is up here. So if you look for where the cars cross and then just walk further along, there's a small little island, and that seems to be the shallowest bit. But the water was, oh my god, absolutely freezing. A lot colder than yesterday. So everyone was like So plan is we keep walking this way down the valley. Looks nice and flat still, so should be easy enough. Let's crack on. So just a couple of kilometres left, last little break. Sat down for like a minute and then I looked up and all this mist had come in. Very creepy. But yeah, almost there. My legs feel good. Problems my neck with this back being so heavy. I just feel constant like sharp pain there. So that's the only thing slowing me down. But other than that I feel fine. But looking forward to getting to the next camp. Fortunately there's not much views to show right now, but yeah, super creepy with that mist, just came out of nowhere. But yeah, let's get the last hurdle done to camp 3. And I just spot the beautiful Icelandic flag through the mist. Such a good sight. You can see some tents down here. Oh, that was a bit sketchy to be honest, but yeah, I kind of kept calm and followed the route and all good. Still quite spooky though. So let's get checked in here, get the tent set up, get some food. So this is my camping spot, just next to a little stream. Be nice going to sleep listening to that. Ah, there's some over there actually. Up there there's kind of really good spots, some cracking views, but the practical side of me is thinking if it's windy this is much better. Get shelter from this side, and basically here's give me a bit of shelter. But yeah, I can walk up there in the morning once later today if the mist clears. Hopefully get some nice shots. So let's get the tent set up and chill. Nice misty morning here in Iceland. I left camp at 6:45, so got an early start. I didn't sleep too good last night. I was up kinda up and down, and then at 5 AM I just got up, got all my stuff ready and left at 6:45 on the dot. My plan was to leave at 7 AM, so early wee start. But the visibility today is really poor, like when I was coming in last night, so but it should be okay. Mostly going downhill I think for the first part, and then uphill the other side through a kind of gorge, so should be some nice views if it actually clears the mist. My bus leaves at 3 PM, so can take it at a nice slow pace, should be there for plenty of time. Þórsmörk, and then I've got a 4-hour bus journey back to Reykjavik. So let's crack on in this misty moment. Steep area here. This mist is not going anywhere, really creepy. hopefully as we get further down to the valley it'll clear up a bit as the day goes on, 'cause it's still early, so. Okay, so we've done 2 kilometres already, which is pretty good. 13 to go. Trail came right down there, but absolutely no one behind me because I live so early, so it's pretty nice to have the place to myself. But then I just read dangers ahead, long steep slope to climb. That's why we're here, so can't complain. That part there was pretty dodgy. It was like fun, it was really cool, the rivers, but you still felt a little on edge, but it was totally safe, just as long as you don't fall off the cliff, of course. Okay, so here's the getting to the steep section. We've got up here and then we've got up this kind of mound here, kind of steep path, and then behind that there's a huge cliff, so then we need to go up that too. But don't think it's as bad as it sounds. The path doesn't look too steep, just a lot like short bursts, but I guess we're going to find out. Okay, so a little steep section at the beginning, and then it kind of flattens out, and then it's a little steep section here, but nothing that bad. And then we're heading this way. Looks pretty flat for now, but wow, look at this. It's gorgeous. A beautiful waterfall behind. I'm not sure if the GoPro's picking up. Swear to God, when you take that bag off for a minute, it just feels like all of life's problems have just dissipated. So good. So absolutely stunning little area. It's just been a nice walk after the steep area. It's just been like through this kind of green hills. It's been absolutely wonderful just walking through the green area, through the sheep and stuff. After walking through somewhere with like just volcanic ash and all life, to come to the green area is so nice. And to top it off, we have done 10.2 kilometres, only 4.8 to go. So I feel pretty damn good right now. It looks like I've got some uphill over this bad boy, and then see where I end up. But yeah, feeling good. Let's crack on. Okay, so I've reached the final river crossing. There's actually 4 of these I need to cross over. It's not too deep, hopefully, although this part looks a bit funky. So I'll try and find a spot up there and over there, and then we're up there. Yeah, gonna expect to be freezing as always, and it's hard to see the bottom of these. The other water river crossings was really clear, so here it's a bit more sketchy. But yeah, I think I'll be right. Let's do it. So the guy behind me, he crossed the first 2 little rivers, and then I saw him getting ready and putting shoes on. I was wondering what he was doing, so then I crossed the final river and I turned around and he was like, "Ah, I didn't know there was another river, oh fuck." So he had to like take all his shoes off again, then like re-dry when I came across. On a more sadder note, I think I've lost my hat I've been wearing, which is kind of annoying. I just realised I think I might have dropped it somewhere, because I don't remember putting it in my bag. Fuck. Which is annoying, so I bought that in Iceland, so it's not easy to replace. But I'll survive. The end is nigh. That beautiful Icelandic flag. Almost there. Whew. Let's go.